Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Sunday night stream. I hope everyone is well this fine Sunday evening, and I trust everyone's had a lovely weekend. I hope all is well. Now, I've had a little bit of time yesterday to actually check in on my auctions and repost a couple. So what we have in today's mailbox is going to be 2 days worth of stuff. Yesterday's popping on and relisting a few items, as well as everything we did last time I was on, which was Thursday evening. Good evening, Hearth, how are you? Oh, and we've got a banker in game greeting me with a hearty hello. That's, where is that? I think it's that one. Yes, it is. Slash greet slash hello.
Well met.
There we go. So let's have a look at the mail today. So we've got first lot of 50 mail, 70,000 in gold so far. Let's take the expires off, and let's have a look at what we've got here. So we have Lavish Feasts, Enchants, Barracuda, Green Workman's Shirt, Orange Mage Weave. So quite a few shirts coming through. Silkweave Satchels have done well. Nightborn Platter, Elemental Force has done well. Mark of the Claw. Another 4 Elemental Forces there. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, look at that. I put them on for 32 gold. That will be why. Good evening, Emery. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. I can see there's an error on my Elemental Force being way too cheap. I must have accidentally put them down, because normally I sell my Elemental Forces for 948, whereas I must have, without looking at the price, put them down at 32 gold here. So that's definitely a mistake. So someone got some good Elemental Forces there. What else have we got? Satchels are okay. I managed to get rid of that crispy bacon I had lying around. Cindercloth Cloak, interesting one for 2,000. So a fair amount. Good evening, Rasheen. How are you? Oh, how was your interview thing? Did you manage to do that today? I haven't caught up on it yet. I hope you're well. I hope the interview went well. What are we at? We're at 76,000 gold now. Excellent. Excellent. Good to hear. So I'm going to open up all those sales as we've got those. That's 76,000. Got home yesterday. I was able to do the interview today. Excellent. Fantastic. Did it go well? I'll catch up on the VOD later. I'll find out all the details. Oh, we've got some more sales coming in there, which I've just missed, which is 82,000. But that's good sales overall. Hey, Detro, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. It went well, yeah, excellent, excellent, good to hear. How was the Loot Appraiser challenge for you? I did terribly myself, because I hadn't really practiced the dungeon. And we've got another 22,000 here, which is mainly satchels and bags. So I'll pick those up. Let's pick, and the Hessalian up. Let's pick it all up. There we go. So that takes us to 964,000, which is really nice. Nearly back up to 1 million again, very quickly. Quite pleased with that. In fact, with all those sales just coming in, that actually takes us not quite there. We can't take any more of these recipe scraps. We need to destroy some of these. So just going to delete that one. Okay, I can't delete it. Let's go to the bank and get rid of the other ones we had. That's fine. You was 48k on item value. Okay, just ran through and looted. You know the dungeon. Yeah, it does help. I realised afterwards that what I'd done wrong is I'd gone through past the first boss, and then where there's Caligos is waiting at the balcony, I didn't realise there was another area where you could turn around to the right and go down a corridor, and so I missed everything after that point, which is why I basically didn't get half the dungeon done.
Hey there.
I was thinking I had to click on the orb or something, and I got a cinematic, but other than that, yeah, completely messed up that one. So you've been having some treasure hunting done? Yeah, definitely. With Every Last Copper Hearth has been doing interviews with a lot of us gold makers, and it was Rashin's turn today to do that. If you can, catch out Every Last Copper on Twitch. I can't remember the actual Twitch address, but if you search that in Twitch, you'll find the interviews with me and now Rashin as well. So always worth going. Always worth a look-see, definitely. It's good fun. Something a bit different, that's for sure. I'm looking up Broken Isle recipe scraps. There they are. Those are the things I want, and I'm going to just get rid of them because they're absolutely zero use to me, because I can't actually learn anything from them. There's no point me getting them, so I'm just going to destroy them, which means I can then open up the mail. Yeah, that'll be excellent, Emery. Looking forward to that one. Okay, that's fair enough then, Rashin. Yeah, law's not my strong point, that's for sure. Good evening, Nix. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How has Shadow Song been in my absence? I was able to pop on earlier yesterday, and what I did do was sort out my nether shards, which I've now got back down to 18, and I made 146 chaos crystals, so that was pretty good. I was looking for the bag add-on. Yes, it's if I put it, I've got a command for it actually. I think it's called bags. That should work. There we go. Addy bags is the this one. Oh, very low on mats. Okay, next, well maybe some farming's in order then to catch up on those. No problem, Hearth. Yeah, my right mouse button's not working. I'm gonna have to get a new mouse, I think. So looking at what I've got, we picked up all the sales. I imagine I'm going to have some expires coming in fairly soon. Let's have a look. My auctions, actually not too bad at the moment. What we might need to do is do a cancel scan of my enchants, I think, first and foremost. So let's go through those and take the major sellers, and we'll run a cancel scan on those. I don't normally do a lot of cancel scans these days because it's a bit the Binding of Haste sells crazy. Okay, good to know. And Elemental Force, I need to make sure that I don't get myself into a situation where I'm doing the wrong price on that again. So I'm going to run through all of these. You've sold many today. I think I spotted your name popping up there on the list there actually. So I'll only do the one cancel scan. I'm going to see what sells in that time. I need to restock as well. So we'll have a look at that. Elemental Force you sold twice today. Yeah, I did sell mine for a really 32 gold by mistake. So I'm going to have to check my prices on that one next time I put them up. I got caught out by that one by not looking at the prices. I was trying to sell some on your server, but only rank 2. Don't feel like grinding Nightfall and rep this late. Yeah, that's the thing, Hearth. Yeah, around 1k is normal. Definitely. Oh, we got promoted in a leveling guide on YouTube this week. Okay, so I can imagine it's going to get bought up a bit more readily. It's definitely one of the popular ones, that's for sure. Yeah, as for the Nightfallen rep, it's a difficult one. Yeah, getting hold of it is hard. So I would, if you are so inclined, it's definitely worth doing. But if you just don't fancy it, then definitely just don't bother with it. I'm sure there'll be other markets you'll be able to find at this point in the expansion. There's really no point in doing it if you're not going to enjoy it. So let's post these back on. I'll select everything. So what I just want to double check though is because my elemental force I accidentally put on for a lot less. That's because the elemental force crafting cost is actually quite a lot cheaper than everything else. So if we look at my enchanting groups and we look at elemental force, it's using just its own group operation sell enchants. Okay. You're at 1k for Exalted on your blacksmith. Don't want to do it again. Been doing it for 2 months now. Yeah, it's a long old grind. I don't blame you on that at all. So we could maybe modify this slightly to account for elemental force not being, because this was going on crafting cost, whereas crafting is a lot different here. So what I'm going to do is make a new operation. Let's go back to elemental force. This is just for elemental force mainly because the crafting difference is so huge. I mean, it's only got a crafting cost of 2 gold. So what we're going to do is go onto this and override this and make a new operation. I'm going to call this sell elemental force. And then how many should we have? 5's probably a good number. At least 6 I'd say. Stack size to 1. Change this down to, I like to put that at 96%. Now we're probably going to go with, because there's usually some on. Where's my bags? Let's just move them over and we can look at the prices of these. Where's elemental force? This one. Okay, so let's look at the prices. You saw a lot of lavish feast today. Excellent. 120 stacks. Wow, fantastic, Nix. That's good to know. Lavish feasts are good sellers, that's for sure. So we're looking at 997. So the easy thing to do for this, without having to think about it too much, is put something like a minimum price of 500 gold and a maximum price. You could just put numbers in for this and it'll be just as easy to deal with, and say, let's call that 5,000 gold. Not that it'll ever go for 5,000 gold. And a normal price of something like 1250 gold would be something you could do quite easily without having to worry about it. So that's the thing I would do in a situation like this, and just see how it goes and then adjust my prices accordingly as the market changes. I mean, that's a simple way of doing that, so I'm going to do that for now and see how it goes. You're not getting it to drop at all, are you? Have you got all the prerequisite ingredients for it first? You need to make sure you've got at least rank 1 in everything that needs a lavish feast. If you've got that, then you should at least be able to get it going. You just got the rank 3 today. Excellent. Yeah, because the lavish feast won't drop at all until you've got all all the things that you need to be able to make a lavish feast first. In which case it's let's have a look. Where is it? Let's click on this one. Drops on a mob in Suramar. Yes, it could be. You need the... so looking at this, let me just post these up and then I'll come back to this. I'll post these on and then I'll sort back to my cooking and we'll have a look. Let's post all these on. There we go. Yeah, the Surf and Turf, the one that's got the two different ones. So, Lavish Suramar Feast, you need to make sure that you can make even just rank 1 of Labour Ribs, Suramar Surf and Turf, Barracuda Murglar, Koi Scented Storm Ray, and Drogbar Style Salmon. So it's all of the large meals. And then yes, Suramar Surf and Turf is the one you get off of mob drops in Suramar. You have to go to into Suramar. At this flight point here is the deer are all around here, which is where you get the turf side of the recipe. And then inside here, some deep water crustacean type things underwater. You have to get the deep water ones, and they are the ones, the crabs I think they are, and they do the surf side of the recipe. Oh, okay, you've already got Surf and Turf. Something else. Labor Ribs could be then. Yep. Let's have a look. Let's look back at the list. So, yeah, so you need Barracuda Murglar, Drogbar Style Salmon, Koi Scented Storm Ray, Labour Ribs, and Suramar Surf and Turf. So whichever of those 5 you haven't got, you need to make sure you have that first. So if it's Labour Ribs, I can't remember where you get Labour Ribs from. Have to have a look for that one. But once you've got that, then the lavish recipe should start dropping for you from Nomi's work orders. Well, that's the theory anyway. With those on, let me just double check my auctions. Everything else is fine. Yeah, okay. Hey Sleepy, how are you? Ah, Labour Ribs is from a tiger. Oh, okay. I can't remember getting Labour Ribs, so it must have been a long time ago that I got it. Right, we need to get some Ley, Light and Arcana. Let me just check the price of it first before I go off making some. Let's just have a look. There we go. Chaos Crystal's down to 114, Arcana's down to 12, and Ley Light's at 43. Now my mat cost is 24 and 8 for that, so I can get those cheaper. The Chaos Crystals are quite cheap, but I already have 1,500 still, so there's no need for any more of those. Excellent, glad it was helpful, Hearth. Thank you, Nix, for pointing the direction. Right, we're going to log out and we'll switch over to Earthen to make some Warhide braces. Because we need, I think we're going to need quite a few of these to get enchants off to a good start tonight. I've got a feeling we're going to need to restock on quite a few. So let's have a look. No worries, Heath. That's what we're here for. That's the great thing about the gold making community. Everyone's just there to help everyone else. Okay, so what are you doing? Oh, you got some sales as well. Drums and Bear Tartar. That's good. Okay. Let's open those up. That's 8,000 in the mail. Now, Earthen tends to hover around the 50,000 mark because I haven't done a lot more with Earthen's stuff. But that's something to think about. But first and foremost, I do need to make a whole load of warhide bindings. And we need to have the mail open. So both of these open. Oh, actually I can only make 139 more, and then I'm going to be completely out of stonehide leather. That's interesting. So we are going to have to get some more stonehide leather. So whilst that's going, I'm going to shift click mail selected, and we're going to just make all of these warhide bindings. We're going to go for the whole 134 of them. Leatherworking isn't that high on the server. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we'll have to wait for BFA on sales. Right, okay, I'm with you, Nix. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I've not had a lot of sales with leatherworking, so I'm not getting a massive return on them. I mean, the Drums of Fury, when the Mage Tower's up, has been fine, and the odd stonehide barding. But other than that, I haven't had a lot on at the moment. I'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, those two we get some sales on at least. Not really, Sleepy. I've not had much luck with either the leatherworking side of things or the tailoring side of things for the PvP side. It just doesn't, not on my server anyway. I'm sure more populous servers will get some sales, but yeah, it's not worked out that well for me. Makes you feel better about not having made it. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's certainly not a great market for me. Good evening, Grumpy. How are you? How have you been? Ooh, what was that noise? Oh, I think it was a cat. Wandered there for a minute. One of the cats was snoring again. You have blacksmithing, leatherworking, and tailors. So is blacksmithing not much either, Nix, on Shadow Song? Because I was looking forward to doing blacksmithing. Maybe it's down to collecting up. Okay, collecting up some recipes. Maybe at least I'll get them up to 800 if nothing else. And then when BFA comes out and more people come in, maybe we can find some good niches there with the future markets. Gold making's going very well, thank you, Grumpy. We've got very nearly 1 million again, so it might be token time. Wait for BFA to come out and redo again. Yeah, not a bad idea. Next, that's pretty good, because I think I'll then sort of level up through BFA with these characters and collect the new recipes and see what I can. Because then I've got all the different armor types covered, and then see what kind of markets emerge from BFA, which would be quite interesting because I've never really done professions at the beginning of an expansion. I don't know what it's going to be like. Alright, still got another 46 warhide bindings to make, so I'm just going to go the whole hog and do all of these, and then think about where to best get my stonehide leather. Currently looking at a min buyout price of 5 gold, whereas I'd bought them for 2 gold 76, which is amazing. Be hard on Shadow Song on the max price. Yeah, that's true. They'll rise too high for the stuff you want. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a factor, isn't it? Because there's not enough people farming this kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how the markets come out. It's going to be interesting times. I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to have been further on with my professions, but looking at the rate at which I'm leveling, as well as doing my gold making, because that's what I really enjoy doing anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how much we can get done in that time in the next couple of months. Normally I buy it, yes, because I've managed to buy a whole load of it for 2 gold 76 average purchase price, which is brilliant. And the last time I purchased it was 10 days ago. But we've actually, with all this enchanting making we've been doing, we've actually going to have used it all up now. Stonehider high and not many on. Yeah, it does look like it. You did reset the price. Good to know. Good to have some inside information. Right, that's the last of it being sent now. There we go. Okay, so we'll swap back over on the chime of 10 o'clock. Over back to Samadan, and we'll pick up all of those. You did a full Stonehide farm on the auction house and you won. Excellent. Yeah, it's definitely going to be in demand. I mean, I don't know what my Shalder Eye Silk stock's like. I could always swap over to that if that proves to be cheaper. We can always have a look. I haven't got any on me at the moment. Let's go to the mailbox and at least pick up these. Have I got a ley light on me? Yes, I do. Okay, so I can afford to just pick all of these up and fill my bags. There we go. Hey weirdo, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Finally hit 250,000 liquid. Excellent. I can't help putting it back in stock. Well, that's good future investment, weirdo. That's definitely the way forwards, because then you'll be making more and more, and before you know it, it'll be much higher. Need to start restocking as well. Going for those sweet deals. Yeah, definitely. Keeping your material prices low is the best way to maximise your profits. That's the way I do it. So I'm always trying to look for ways I can get hold of things as cheaply as possible. Find the very low price. Yeah, exactly. I've got so much Blood of Sargeras on Samadan now. I haven't been using nearly as much, but I'm going to keep hold of that stock because I know that's going to be useful in the future. That's very kind of you to say. Ooh. A buyer has been bound for your auction of Potion of Slow Fall. I can't even remember putting that one on, you know. Interesting. Well, I've sold it, which is a good thing. That was probably something random. Excellent. Good to hear cooking's going well. Yeah, I'm surprised how well cooking continues to do this late on in the expansion. But it is definitely a nice steady gold maker for those wanting the extra stats. And I've got a feeling that even with new cooking stuff coming out in Battle for Azeroth, I'm sure that Legion cooking will still have a small market because people won't necessarily want to pay full prices for things. I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Interesting to see what form Nomi takes next expansion. Will it be old Papa Nomi, perhaps? Who's the expert chef, but can't quite see so well in his old age. Shame you came back so late. Gives you time to level a druid and a monk for BFA. That's not a bad idea. I mean, there's always going to be catch-up. I'm certainly feeling that, having missed so many expansions. Bear Tartar. Yep, that's another one. Because people want to try and level quickly, won't they? Although I did hear Bear Tartar might be getting diminishing returns the higher up level you go, like a scale factor. They might change the way speed works. But I don't know for sure. That's only what I've half read on the WoW Economy Reddit. but I don't have any concrete evidence either way, so take that info with a pinch of salt. It'll be interesting to see what other speed things come in. Changing it from a 70% movement speed to just a flat speed buff. Okay, Emery. Oh, right. Also known as don't hoard it. Went from sprint to speed. Okay. Yeah, there'll probably be something new around. I've still got a lot of Bear Tartar, to be honest. So I've got a feeling that stock is. I'm not going to get rid of all of it after buying so much ages ago. I managed to shift some of it, but I still have a huge stock of it on Earthen. So, hey Bolton, how are you? My resolution is about 1300 by 1000. I tend to stream at 1280 720, so I'm not much bigger than that, which is why my user interface looks so large. But that's the best way I can squeeze out a decent frame rate from Mr. Potato here, because my PC is not the best, shall we say, but he does just fine with the limited resources I do have, so we can at least stream at a decent enough frame rate at, what is it, graphic settings 5, so it's not too bad. Some nice info recipes. Interesting, Herf. That is a rubbish PC. Absolutely. It's my old faithful PC that I've been using for many years. It just goes to show that you don't need a top spec PC to be able to play a game like this, and be able to stream it for that matter. But that's one of the things in the list of things to upgrade. Is we'll look to upgrade Mr. Potato. You're 3 million yourself. Excellent, congratulations, Bolton. We're currently just under 1 million at the moment. My tactic has been to, every time I get to 1 million, is buy a WoW token, and then that way I've got some working capital. But now that I've got 6 WoW tokens all converted to Battle.net balance, I can buy another 6 months game time. What I'm thinking of doing is saving up to about the 3 million mark now, and I'm looking for something like maybe the spider mount or some other nice little purchase somewhere ahead in time. So I've got a few ideas, although knowing me, I'll probably end up just hoarding it and seeing where I go with my gold making in Battle for Azeroth. Like that. Still trying to skill up some characters, but you're close to being done. That's not bad, Nix, though. Not bad at all. Make most of yours from Hexweed bags and garrisons. Yes, that's pretty true. A lot of people, if you've got the alts all set up for the Hexweed bags, you can make a quite nice profit from those. Hey, John Christians, how are you? You're dropping the herbs on the auction house. Good to know. So you bought a couple of spider nuts recently. Draw quite a lot of attention to themselves. Yes, I imagine they do, Sleepy. I think a lot of people, obviously, you know, not everyone likes the spiders, but for me, I think they're really lovely looking mounts. So I'm very keen to get one myself. The new tailoring group, 160 cost, 320 profit. Been thinking about it all day. It's a big step up from the junk you've been making. That sounds good. Hopefully you'll be able to get some good sales from that. Oh, looks like my OBS just flickered for a little bit. Might have a few drop frames coming through, but hopefully the stream will stay steady for everyone. Right, so with all those Leylight shards we've just made, just going to check my auctions to make sure everything is registered on TSM, and then we're going to go over and see what we need to restock on the enchanting side of things first and foremost. So let's move this up and have a look. So enchanting up the top here, restock. Okay, wish you could say the same. Yeah, I think tailoring is a few bits and pieces if you can get them. Other than that, it's kind of like a secondary profession for me on this server. I mean, I like selling the shirts, and I got a few other steady sellers. Rich purple I haven't sold in a while, actually. That's one thing I could do with doing. Let's gather up the rest of those items. What do we need? Mysterious essence from the guild vault. We can do that. On your tailor and leatherworking tool, you have items around 2 million at the moment. No sales. Yeah, it can be a bit like that. Okay, let's gather those mysterious essences. And then we can stop the gathering and we can make that. And then we need at least, how many rings? 3 cloaks and 4 rings. So we'll lay shatter what we've got and see what we can do with that. Is TSM4 any closer to be finished? I have no idea, Sleepy. Although they have taken on a new developer recently. So I'm wondering whether there'll be some more rapid progression over time. But Gumdrops is the person to ask for that. He'll know much better what the state of play is there. You've got some groups from Sharer's Pastebin. It can get confusing. It's quite very comprehensive. It's a good sort of it's a good basis to go from. But I think sometimes it helps to understand what's going on. Certainly if you're going to start picking it apart. Few tailoring and leatherworking has been 20k a day from shirts and leg armours, and then random it's 100k because someone bought a set of expensive armour. Nice, Emery. I like those numbers. Yeah, I think for me tailoring is very odds and ends, bits and pieces. I get the odd sale here and there, and that's about it. Nothing significant. But then there are some sales in there for me to think, well, I'm glad I've got it. I mean, I'm glad I've got it for the bracer shuffle, if nothing else. Right, I'm going to leave a couple of light shards in there. So I think we should be able to make all of these. Let's see how we go. Yeah, we should be enough for these. There we go. Right, that's all the enchants done. Whilst I'm here, in fact, let's look at see if there's any restocking to do on tailoring. Now I'm thinking there's enchanting, leatherworking, tailoring, restock. Yeah, there's a few things here. Interestingly, did someone say braces? Yeah, definitely. You know all about the disenchanting of the braces, Rasheen. It just takes so long. That word might be a trigger for you after Legion to go into zombie mode. Yeah, I know the volumes you deal with on braces is definitely it just takes so long to disenchant. That's the thing. Let's see what we can gather. Actually, no, we need to gather first. Actually, I'm going to take off anything ember silky because I don't have the ember silk for these. Silkweave slippers. Why have I got silkweave slippers on there? Interestingly, I don't recall ever needing those. Cinder cloth was a new one, and then a few bits and pieces. I mean, these are nothing massive, that's for sure, but they are all things that have sold, so let's pick up those. We should be able to pick up most of it straight away. Most come from Pandaria. Ah, interesting. I wonder if this is because of an RP difference, perhaps. That people people buy them more in your server, Emery, for the looks. Couldn't do it without CKS, and you have to mute your account. There's distracting in the background because this makes you sleepy now. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't used CKS myself, but I can imagine with volumes that you're working with, and having it on in the background is definitely the only real way forward with such volumes that you work with. Luckily, I only have a small amount. Yeah, can't do it any other way. Yeah, I can imagine. Right. So that's those loaded up. So, whoops, wrong button. Where's my bag button? So a few enchants, a few shirts. Let's get those back on the auction house. Auctioning, run a post scan. Get that run through. So that's Elemental Force is a fine price now. Everything else is fine. So let's post all of those on. I mean, they're not massive things. 2,500 for cinder cloth, 79 gold for that, 2 gold for that, 124 for that. So they're really not massive, but they are nice to have. That's for sure. So the next thing to look at will be obviously food. So I'm going to go straight for the guild bank for this, because I imagine we're going to have a lot of stuff. Where's Pierre gone? Come on, Pierre. We're going to need you for this. Let's do some cooking. So, cooking time. Let's have a look. What do we need to restock on for cooking? Okay, fair amount. 61 lavish suramars. We happen to have enough bacon for that, which is good. We need a fair amount of everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start gathering for that without doing the intermediate crafts. And we're going to pick up all of those. Need to go to the auction house before Samadan are cooking. Or just after me, Nix, and then you can undercut me if you like. I certainly am not going to get upset over something like that. Everyone has their time. So myself and turf, we should have 2 in there apparently. Well, we've picked up a lot of stuff. Let's have a look at what we've got here. There's a few bear tartars kicking around. We might need to see if we can restock on some of those. Yeah, we've got loads still. 3,000. Absolutely loads of bear tartar. I don't know if I can actually put some on here, but let's just clear some space out whilst we're here. There we go. No, you need the sweet deals. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, okay, so what can we craft with the stuff we've just gathered? We can do the rib roast, barbecue ribs, barracuda, hungry magister we can do, and nightborn delicacy platter. So that leaves us with, if we were going to do lavish suramars, we would need 18 of each, which would be 19 of each. So if we go back to this and look at each of these and queue up 19 of each of these items, which are all a profit at the moment. This is what we need for our lavish Suramars. Stop gathering on that and do a regather on those. And gather all of those. There we go. That's why they sell the rep. You got that rep in a single day. That's nice. I think that's the thing, is collecting recipes that are difficult to get, or at least a perceived difficult to get recipes. Then that's definitely the way forward. Okay, so those are done. How much of that can we actually make? How much bag space have we got is the next thing, actually. That should be okay for now. Let's go for it. See how many we can make. Hearing the ting 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 of Pierre in the background is always a nice sound. I think I should have enough bag space to make all of these and then make the lavishes straight off of that, because they're not using up too much per item. And then I'll do the hearty feasts after this one. Ooh, slice of bacon's 33 gold each at the moment. Youch. Yeah, I try and pick any up that's under 30 gold if I can. I know I was able to pick up a good stock of it the other day, but after making another, I've got 600 and I'm going to use up 183 on these lavish feasts. And I've only got 653 in total stock, so you can't. Oh, we're missing some Drogbar style salmon. Okay, we'll make some of those. I don't know if that tooltip's actually accurate, and there you go, it's updated now. So we can make the lavishes, and then that will leave us with the hearty feasts, which is all the other things: Farinath Fizz, Salt and Pepper Shank, Deep Fried Mossgill, Pickle Storm Ray, and Spiced Rib Roast, which is all of the light meals. How many do we need of those? 3 of each. So what we're going to do is start queuing these up whilst we're making the lavishes. It's a bit sluggish, but we can do it at the same time. And then I can stop gathering, close my bags down, can at least make those whilst we're here, and then we can gather the rest that we need from the bank. Let's move that down, gather those. Trax, good evening, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? I hope you've had a good one. Alright, going to make a whole load of salt and pepper shank, deep fried mossgill, and spiced rib roast. Excellent, good to hear, Trax. And then that should be enough. Oh no, according to that we're missing the Pickle Storm Ray. Let's queue up 3 of those. Can we gather those? Stop gathering, move that back up, start gathering again, and we need the flaked sea salt. Pick that up, there we go, and then back to the crafting, make the Pickle Storm Ray. Very good weekend, very busy. How you like it? Yep, pretty busy here. Spent a lot of the time with the family, and now we're just running through all our restocking of food at the moment. Have you got a lot of mats for my cooking? Well, have you been buying them up, Nix? I tried to keep at least 2,000 of each on me, Where's my bags looking? Okay, so we've got all this lot to put on. Good luck. Have you been buying them up? I need to go and just check my stock levels now. Alright, we'll run a post scan and get our cooking on. See if we can get some more bear tartars on as well. Hearty feasts at 395. Barracudas on. Where's Lavish Suramar at 356? That's quite cheap actually. Normally I go for an average of 550. Let's have a look at that. Lavish Suramar feasts. So there's Unix at 356. Got the 10, 360, 405. And there's me here at 417. And then at 460 here. I found you. But I'm thinking this price is... I mean, we're at 81% at the moment for the lavishes, where my average sale price is coming in more at 550. So I would be more tempted to pop these back up at a higher price than what they're on at the moment. There's only a few scraps here and there. Take it, take it. I think I will. I think I'm going to change the price of this lot. So what I'm going to do is take mine off, which are here. Lavish. Cancel mine. There we go. And then we'll go for a shopping. Lavish. Okay, so we've got... See, even at 105, I think this is all fairly cheap by my standards. 550 would be a much more preferable price. So we'll scoop these up. No problem, Nix. All part of the service. And then we're going to post them back on. We'll leave that one and we'll run a post scan. Because I know we should get at least a few sales of that lavish, and it'll save me the hassle of making it at the moment. Oh, interestingly, we're going in for 288 at the moment as a normal price. That's definitely not the price I'd want to put them at. I'd actually want to put them at... let's just have a look at that then. Let's look at my group. Why is that saying 288? And... so food, lavish, group operations, cooking 20s, posting price is, aha, here we go, 200% crafting, which is why that's at that. So I would say we should be more at either 200% crafting or let's have a look at, because this is also our other cooking operations as well. I'm thinking DB market. No, let's use region actually. Let's have a look at this. That's exactly what I was thinking of, Trax. That's exactly what I was going to do, although I was thinking of using region rather than DB market. But in this case, I think I'm going to go for Trident UK. Thank you ever so much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well this evening. I think I'll go with that one. I think I will go with 150% DB market for this instance. The only thing that I get wary of with that is there is the chance of inflating your own market when you're the only seller. But knowing this is cooking I'm rarely the only person on. So I'm going to go for that, the maximum between 200% crafting and 150% DB market. So I'm going to have to copy that, and I'm going to have to change that for both cooking 1s, cooking 10s. Paste. Now I can do like a linked thing. I've seen Gumdrops do this. That's a bit advanced for me at this stage. So I'm just going to copy and paste it, old style. Paste those in and just double check that's correct. Yeah, let's try that. See if that works. Or the max between DB market, 150% DB region market. Yep, that's a good one, Trax, but then I could still potentially artificially inflate things because it will always take the bigger ones of those. Average, that's another one. Yep, that would be how I'd do it. The average between DB region market and DB market I'd probably use. But yes, that's exactly what I'd do. Use an average of them. So now we're looking at lavishes coming at 656 as a normal price, which I think is a good reset price to stick with, and we'll see how those go over the next sort of hour or so. Oh, the last one was supposed to be DB. Okay, yes. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing I would do, Trax. I like your thinking. Okay, so with those posted, we're not going to post the other ones we just bought on yet. We'll keep hold of these for the moment. And then we'll repost them on later tonight and see what kind of sales we get, if anything. How are we doing? No worries, Trax. It's good information. We're learning, which is the good thing. Yeah, there we go. So we've got 56 lavishes in our that we bought there, which is a normal restock for me, actually. So if I can keep the price higher than my average purchase price of 386, then if I can sell those for more, then I'm onto a winner. Yes, exactly. All information is good. So I'm just going to do a daily cooldown on my hexweave cloth, because I think this might take me over. Let's do the other ones whilst I'm here. Yes, it's always good to think about your operations, and if they're not working for you, is to understand what you can do to change them. And that's exactly the kind of information that makes it really handy. Temporal crystal, just doing all my daily cooldowns here whilst we're here, whilst I remember. Okay. So, how much hexweave have you got? Oh, we've got exactly 102, so enough to make a bag. We're going to pick some up at the garrison anyway, so that should be enough. Ah, Kaifin, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, actually, I can do it from here. Hexweave bag. Oh, I'm missing Sorcerous Earth. Where is that? I should have some. It's in the guild vault, that's where it is. Let's go pick that up. How's your weekend been, Kaifin? I hope you've had a good one. Sorcerous Earth. Where is it? There it is. It was in the first tab. We need to put that in our reagent bank.
Need help?
Where's our reagent bank? Here it is. Where's our Sorcerous Earth? There. Let's put in some of these as well whilst we're here. Fire and water. Okay. Sold four crits already. Nice, Nix. Excellent. Make sure you wish your mum a happy Mother's Day. Ah, is that today for most people? Because here in the UK we have it on a different day. We've had it already. We had it in March. Been great, relaxed, playing a lot of WoW and catching up with friends. That sounds perfect, Kaifin. I had a great time spent with the family this weekend. I was spent a lot of time. The children were doing their sporting activities, which had fun enjoying with them for them. Oh, thank you very much, Kaifin. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that cat form sketch. It's really nice to be able to do something that's quite detailed. Hexweave bag we were making. There we go. For you in Belgium, today is a commercial one. Your original one's in August. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. So let's pop on that Hexweave bag. I wonder what the price Hexweave bags are at the moment. Let's have a look. We're not going to do the cooking. Going to take that. Actually, no, we will do the cooking. Just not the lavish feasts. Because we've got enough of those on already. I just want to see if the Bear Tartare comes on. An interesting Shadow Silk's gone below min price there. 2k are they, Nix? Okay, yeah. Coming on for 2,349. I'm happy with that price. I can do that one. But what's Shadow Silk at? Shadow Silk's at 85 gold, according to that. My minimum's 109. 85 does seem for Shadow Silk, I sell them in stacks of 8 so that people can make the Shadow Weave mask with them. But looking at that does seem quite cheap, 85. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this one, and then I'm going to go looking for that Shadow Silk. So we've got only 4 on at a strange price. So I'll buy those 2, and then post mine. I've already got 9 on me in my bags. So what I'll do is I'll run another post scan with that. Did I click that? Our scan is already in progress. Okay, well, let's do a quick reload then. Craft yourself 800 living steel, and 180 titan steel. Guess your engineers and your crafters, blacksmith, can go for a bit longer now, crafting their mounts. Nice, Soul Maestro. Excellent, and thanks for stopping by. I want to tell you how many Shadow Silk you have in your bank. Okay, Nix. Well, now's the time to put it on, because I've just taken those cheap ones out. So the proper price I would want to put these on for. Let's have a look. So the proper price would be, yeah, 799 is an interesting one. I don't know whether they'd sell for that, considering the Shadow Weave mask doesn't sell for that much when you take 8 of these into account. Let's is it shift right click? No, is it all auctions? I'm trying to see. the stack isn't changing. I thought that was fixed. Oh, that's a shame. That was fixed at one point. Okay, well let's go underneath that anyway and let's post it on and see what happens. Yeah, because 8 of those for 799 would be just way too high, really. Normally I've been selling them for an average of 192. Whereas that's quite a bit higher. Yeah, 192 is better. I think that's probably a bit high, looking at that. What I've done is I've posted them on for that now, and we'll have a look. And we'll see if we get any sales, and if not, I'll drop them back down. Ah, Liz alive, how are you? Greetings indeed. I hope you're having a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Right, those are the main things I wanted to get done here. That's the restock's done, the daily cooldown's done. I want to have a look over on the Broken Isles to see if there's any good world quests up. Couple of bloods. There's a 10 bloods. Well, that's a good one to go for. 10 bloods is always good. You sell them for 100 yourself in Sex of 8. The market was better when the mount was only just discovered. Oh yes, definitely. It was crazy when it was first discovered. I remember that. You got 300 at the moment in your bank. Excellent, Nix. Well, I suggest you jump in there and put some on. Because I don't know how quickly they sell, but I've not had many sales of the mask for a long time. I think those that want the Lucid mount have probably already gotten it now. So it's one of those things, maybe when returning players come and they're looking to get some accomplishments, maybe before Battle for Azeroth they might. I'll see what the next couple of months hold, but it's kind of like one of those markets. I'd always like to have, ideally, my situation would be I would always have 8 Shadow Silk on the auction house and 1 Shadowweed mask on the auction house. That way I've at least got one on, and if it sells, then great, and if it doesn't, then there's always something else I can do. These need to be done, wildfire eggs need to be done, so let's do a little run round. Let's start with Nomi, my good old friend. Trying to stock a bit up for BFA, some items, and hope some sales. Yeah, I think that's a good plan, Nix. Throw it all on, see what sticks. 2 more Nomi snacks. Do you still need Nomi snacks, Nix? You're welcome to have these too, if you want them. There we go. Okay, we have to move further out and then go back in. And then wildfire eggs. Create all. There you go. Let's check these. 873. 305 peppers. We need more of those. Let's get 600. And let's get 400 of those. Got enough of the others, maybe just 200 of those. That should be enough. People with old characters probably have the mask. I think it's too expensive, so they'll craft it themselves by buying Shadow Silk. This is true, Trax, definitely. You're all starting with TSM, are you, Lizard? Excellent. Trying to make some gold, BFA. Any advice for quick and easy TSM groups? Interesting. Quick and easy. We invested over 100k 2 days ago. We didn't get much out of it so far. There you go. Thank you, Nix, for the guides. Those are a good one. Greetings, Ignis. How are you? The other thing you could... It depends what you're doing, Lisa. Are you doing crafting professions, or are you doing transmog sales, or... there's various different things. It depends on what you're doing as to how you could tailor TSM to you. But yeah, if you want quick and easy, there is, as Ignis just mentioned, the auto groups. Got Alchemy and Herbalism on max. Okay, well, that's a good start. I haven't got my Alchemy up yet on my Druid. Still early days, so I can't advise you on Alchemy itself. Maybe if Jack was in the chat, or anyone else who's an alchemist, might be able to give you some pointers to what you could do with Alchemy. I know the is it the Potion of Prolonged Power? Is that a good one? Ah, here we go. Tracks. Have you got any advice for transmotes? Okay. What have we got here that I could do? 102, 136, 200. There's not actually any missions there I want to do. Weirdly. Okay, out we go again. Transmute bars. Yeah. That's the one on the daily cooldown. Prolonged is good, most important these days. In order to complete you need your rank 3s. Yeah, and having the rank 3s is the trick. Isn't Prolonged Power one from a world boss as well? Right, let's head on outside. We're going to get that. Oh, we've got one here. Word of Intellect. That's an easy one. Didn't realise that one was there. I'll start with that one. Where are you? Oh, right behind us, in fact. There we go. Okay. That's good to know, Sleepy. Looking for some groups which don't take you ages to scan. You just want simple groups. Okay. Yeah, that's a good start, Nix, using Shayra's ones. And if you follow the instructions for that, that'll be a lot of groups. Whether they fall under your category of simple or not is up to you. Once you have a look at them, I mean, Shayra's got some really good guides towards those. Or as Ignis was saying, the quick post from bags, which you have. Okay, so what is it you'd like to do that's different from hers? That's very kind of you, Trax. Yeah, if Trax has got something that's specific towards your alchemy, that might be very useful for you. Then you could just keep it limited to just that one thing. What do we need? Cloak Word of Intellect. Let's make one of those up. Don't think I really need to be doing this for bloods, but they're cheap, so we'll do them. Cloak Word of Intellect. It's going to cost me 12 Leylight shards though, so let's leave that actually. Don't like that one. In which case we're going to go over and do the Broken Shore one for 10. Do that one instead. Let's head off and do that one. Hey Excelsius, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? No problem, Trax. Sharing is caring. You're more than welcome to link your video as well and your paste bin. I've already done your paste bin, that's brilliant, excellent. That's absolutely fine, Trax. I'm more than happy for people to share their stuff, because that's what we're all here for. We're here to share knowledge and learn. Oh, there goes the spider music. doing very well here, thank you, Excelsius. We're just collecting up a nice 10 Bloods mission that's worth doing. Is this the one I want? Hellraiser Destruction, yes. Join a group. Start searching. Sharers have everything in it. You have to add mailing and warehouse operations. This can take a lot of time. You've got 6 accounts with 115 characters. Whoa. Hello, Lol. Thank you ever so much for the follow. And hi, Pause Reset. Thanks for stopping by. Took you 6 weeks to complete it. Another 4 weeks just crafting. That's a sale. That's fast. Yeah. Ignis, you've definitely got the core of it there. Oh, I don't think I've done this quest before. What do we need to do? I can't do it whilst mounted. Let's have a look. Okay, what do we need to do? Ah, okay. That's easy enough. Did I join a group for this? Click to create one. Right, this should be easy enough. As I'm mounted. Oh, I completely missed that lot. Let's try and aim this up a bit better. Get that lot done. Oh, we've got these extra ones here, so let's just work backwards. And then Soul can do the stuff. And I'll do that. Did that get everything? I want to get a good load of these up in one go. Need to line this up correctly. Oh, I didn't quite get enough there. You can do the single ones easily. Oh, we're nearly done with these actually. It's not going to take me long at all. Just need 2 more, which we'll do. Do on this one. Do that one. Do that one. Ask them to individual sell rates, and we'll craft. Oh, here comes some more. There we go. There we go. Then I can read it properly once I'm in the air and I'm safe. Sell rate example. Craft X amount of an item where X is the average daily sell rate times. For example, don't craft items with a recent sell rate under 2. It would be amazing for people like me to automate everything. That's a good idea, Ignis. I like that. That's funny. Oh, I need to leave the party now. I've created one. Okay, that was done. That was easy. What else have we got? This is war supplies, Maleficus, artifact power. Oh, did I actually do the wrong quest? It looks like I did. I didn't go far enough. Okay. I misread the names of things. Fell Rage Destruction is what I wanted. No, we're not going to do that one. There we go. Here we go. Looks like it might be this lot. Or is it down here? Here it is. Okay, let's have a look. One group, accept. What do we need to do? Do that, do that. Do that. I'll do this one and this. This is an elite, so we'll have to treat this one with a little more care. Hey, Rogue Global, how are you? Show us gold. We have some gold. We're currently sitting at about 1 million gold at the moment. And we're currently getting some Bloods of Sargeras, which is going to be useful for our enchanting. Trying not to stand in the green stuff as we go. And we picked up some silk, which is nice. What else can we do here? Let's release you. That's probably going to help things out. Warriors are all done. There we go. $93. Oh, we're doing this quite nicely with everyone in here. Let's do one that we can help out with. Ah, we're done. Have to do this one next. Do that one and that one. And that one. And then we can leave the group. Once I've loosened that, hopefully. No. I left it too soon. Okay, now we're done with that. 7 accounts, not 6. Yeah, you've certainly got the mass scale going there, Ignis. I like your style. Okay, we're going to go over to our garrison next, just to pick up our herbalism. Sounds like you moved the tune to Tarren Mill. I've always wondered what it'd be like on a different server. I've never known anything other than Shadow Song, but it would be interesting to try some other ones out. Right, moving on to our missions here. This is mainly for rush orders and occasionally armor upgrades or something like that, which is garrison resources. That's garrison resources, and that one. Pick all those up. Ideally, I'd like some other enhancements like that one. Okay, I'll stick with those. Many are 35.50 for obvious reasons. Yep. Hey, Skull Shane, how are you? Back after being gone flying for almost 6 days. Doing well. I'm glad you're back online. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. We are currently running through all our normal things. Ah, we have a dust trader. Dust trader is Drainic dust, which is kind of pricey compared to herbs. So I might actually leave that. Herbs are a better way, I think. I'll leave that one. More resources. You can be your business partner. Nice idea. So yeah, all in all, Skull Shane doing very well, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying being online again. Binding of Strength just sold. And then back on over to herbing my garden. Someone is venting some of hell's heat here. In the 90s all week while I was trying to haul heavy stuff. Yeah, ouch. That's I don't envy you on that heat. How do you cope? I get very grumpy when it gets too hot for me. I get uncomfortable and I just don't like it. Lots of water. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Kyvin. Gorgon flytrap and more Gorgon flytrap. Today 94 Fahrenheit, which is 35 Celsius. Oh, that's anything over 30 is definitely too hot for me. More grumpy than usual. Yeah, that's true, grumpy, isn't it? It's just not a lot you can do, I find. I mean, obviously, if you have air conditioning, that does make things easier. Real life hydration bot would have been cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. Take those, all of those, and then where's our work order person? There you are. We'll restock on those, and then we'll do a rush. Oh, hold on, let's move back out. How many rush work orders do we have? Oh, I've got the armor thing here. I need to do that. I'm sure I picked up a rush work order. Let's boost you up. Clean that out. It must have been a mission I got for it. I'm sure I actually picked one up. There it is. 1, 2, 3. That's some more hexweave to pick up. And then we can do another... Where have you gone? I go around the corner. Another load of work orders, which takes us down to 125 sumptuous fur. So we're getting a bit low on the old sumptuous fur thing, so we have to think about doing a farm at some point. A couple of times had to remove shirt and wring it out. Hate the heat when you have to move heavy couches and stuff in it. Yeah, yeah. I feel for you. That sounds tough. Very tough. Right, I'm not going to do sumptuous fur on you, Samadan. Your routines are done for now. So I'm actually going to head back to the auction house with you. Let's have a quick look and see what's going on with the lavish feasts and the shadow silk, because I'd reset both of those at quite high prices. Let's see if we've had any undercuts on those. And then we're going to move over to Earthen and his daily cooldowns and make sure he's got everything sorted. Let's have a look. So we're going to look for shopping as lavish. So there's just me on still at the moment. 3 of 20 and 1 of 1. I had a lot of air conditioning in the emergency room though. Had to get your knee drained again. Youch. Oh no. Your doc yelled at you. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That sounds painful. What is it, just like fluid it builds up with? But God, that doesn't sound like fun at all. Shadow silk, we've got 1 of 8, but I think honestly that price is too high. I'll be tempted to cancel that one off my auctions and put it on for a proper price. Shadow silk. See my mask there. See, that's the difference. Look, the mask sells for 3,000. There's no way the silk would sell for 6,000. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be worth it. So the shadow silk itself should be more like. Let's take my average. My average price. Let 1 stack stay for that price. That's true. You could think of it in terms of, you know, someone might buy it for that, and they may look at it and go, oh, well, that's definitely worth a lot. Let's just put this in. I could do this a few different ways. Let's go into my group and let's have a look at my shadow silk and the group operation for this. This is the second time in a few weeks overstressing it and going up a whole lot of stairs. Oh yeah, the stairs are probably going to do it, isn't it? Second floor apartment to a second floor apartment. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Well, I hope your knee gets better, Scorshane. So what I'm going to do is I've got a max price here set to this. What I'm thinking, interestingly, looking at my operation here, my normal price is 120% average DB market, DB region market. What I'm going to do is looking at shadow silk here. Now my Arkham Wolf, thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the stream. So our sale price, our average sale price is 192. The maximum we've sold something for was 226 gold. So I'm thinking, okay, well if we've sold something for 226, let's call that our maximum price. And then if it's above the maximum, post at maximum price, which is 226. Let's see what happens when we do that. Run a post scan. Nomi snacks are going on for 2,000 a piece at normal price. Wow. Okay. Don't think I've ever sold Nomi snacks for that much. And then here we go. Shadow Silk above max price, posting at max price, 226. I mean, Nomi snacks, the most I've done those for is 998. My min normal max price according to TSM auctioning is way too high as well. You haven't seen Nomi snacks on for a few days, okay, but do you think 2,000 is an actual price someone would buy them for? I'm surprised at that. Market value is currently at 1,300. You know what, I'm going to try it. If there's none on, you never know. So let's put those two on. My royal olives are always good to put on. Musk and butter and shadow silk. One stack of 8 at 226. The peppers, musk and butter. There we go. Yeah, you never know. Well, we'll give it a go. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll see what happens. On the funny side, you have spent the last 20 years sleeping on a queen-size bed and downsized to a twin. Almost fell out of the bed 5 times. Oops, cool shame. That doesn't sound like fun at all. Okay. So we're now sitting at 928,000. Let's have a look and see what else we can buy. You were saying, Nix, that shopping ingredients were at an interesting level. What have we got? Fatty bear steak. I've got 2,000 of already. Everything else, let's see what they come in at and whether there's anything I can stock up on. Cursed queenfish is quite cheap. I've already got plenty of that. So I've got a feeling I'm going to have plenty of the cheap stuff. Anything over 2,000 in amount is what I tend to try and keep it at. So Moscow perch we're a bit low on according to that. So I'm going to pick up just some of this that's under a gold. Like that. That makes me 1,800. Dreading restocking the auction house after a week away. Yeah, maybe School Shane, that would be awesome. Oh, I've got a poke off of an in-game poke. 1,300 Runescale Koi. We need some more of that. I'll take the 38, that's cheap. The rest I'll leave. Barracuda, Aethril, Moskills there, Foxflowers there, Starlight, that's fine, Fianska, that's all fine. What else have we got here? Everything else is then more expensive. So is there anything we're running low on? We've got 655 bacon left, so that's okay for now. Mackerel's getting a bit low. Gamey ribs are low. For semi-warning from gums, I only put an even 1k items up on both auction houses before logging. Yes, in terms of like things slowing down when you've got over 1,000 items. Yeah, that's good advice, that. So the thing I'm lacking most in is big gamey ribs. I would say. And they're currently sitting at 16 gold. So big gamey ribs seems to be a bit of a problem here. Or maybe make some more auction house tunes. Yeah. Just have some extra ones. Why not? And then spread it out. It's a good idea. I mean, I tend to keep mine concentrated per profession. So it's kind of interesting to see how it goes. Right. You, I think, are done with for now, Samadan. Let's move on over to Earthen and see if there's anything we need to just sort out with my leatherworking. If there's any restockings. We can see how we get on with that. And then we need to perhaps move on to Awakening and try and get Alchemy up a bit higher. Where I'm thinking some Draenor levelling of potions would be useful to get me at least up to 600. I want to try and get through that. And also herbalism. We can use some Gathermate to pick up some herbs. First, let's have a look at Earthen and see where we stand with the leatherworking side of things. Put that at number 51, your top 50 items due before BFA. Got another week off coming up soonish where you need to be sitting on a boat on a lake with a beer and a fishing rod. Well, that sounds good, Scorshane. Definitely sounds good. Let's look at leatherworking, restock, drums of fury and stonehide leather barding. We're missing stonehide leather, of course. Raw beast hide we've got plenty of, and the mage tower's not up, so we may not need to make as many of these drums as we're going to make, but they're still useful to make. So we'll run through those first. Barding is too slow a seller for you at the moment on leatherworking. I have had a few sales of this one though, surprisingly, and the profit's not too bad, considering the volume you need to make the drums of fury by comparison. So I've not found it too bad. The thing is, my groups for leatherworking is very sparse. There's plenty more I can probably flesh this out with. I just haven't gotten around to looking at it yet. Dread leather was the thing Costa was talking about the other day, but you were saying that, you know, things aren't moving quite so quickly, so I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm pleased that I've gotten it to 800, which is the main thing, so I'm not too concerned about leatherworking in terms of getting all the recipes and things just yet. It's something I'm probably going to have to come back and fill in the gaps. As long as I can make a bit of gold, which I am at the moment. I mean, hovering around 50,000 from Eartham just from his own sales. So that's alright. I didn't do all my shopping scan actually with Samadan, just realised. After doing all those other things, I forgot to shop for everything else. Oh well. Well, let's make these drums and then we'll do what we can daily cooldown wise. Magnificence of leather's always a problem. But we'll make these up anyway. And then we'll maybe move over to Awakening to try and get some progression going on professions, because I want to make sure that I can get as much as I can done. So maybe I'll need to spend some time leveling some characters. Like my blacksmith next. We'll see. Depends how much time I get, really. See what the next few days and weeks hold. Can't believe we're already halfway through May. Yep, Gums has been busy doing one each day, so you've got lots to catch up on, Scorshane. That's definitely going to keep you busy for a while. That's a nice thing about going away though, is you can catch up on all the VODs. It's nice to have on in the background whilst you're working or doing something. And because it's a VOD, you don't have to, you don't feel like you can type in chat as well. So it's more of a listening one rather than interactive. Right, last 2 drums. I'll leave the rest because we don't have the materials for them. Completely messed that up. Let's go post these on. Auctioning, turn that back on. Everything else is on, isn't it? Yeah. Run a post scan. The way you have your computer set up, at the base of the bed, you can watch it whilst laying back. Nice, excellent. Very chilled out way of doing things. Barrel silk ones below average price. Drums are going on for 43. Dread leather belt is going on. Since I've got one of those, I do have a stonehide leather barding, so let's put that on. And then whilst I'm here, let's just have a look for the leatherworking items and see if there are. What have we got? Exotic leather at 2 gold. Haunting spirits. This needs to be fleshed out a little bit more as well, really. Lots of pricey things. There's stonehide leather, sitting at 5 gold 40. The other option is storm scale, which is currently sitting at, what's my average purchase price? Yes, absolutely, Scorchane. The druid cat form is moving on. We've got the back of the mane done and the shoulder, so it's probably going to be another session or 2 to get that one finished. Looking forward to finishing that one. I've quite enjoyed the past 2 sessions I've spent on it. Now, storm scale. Let me just have a look. Thank you very much. Let's just have a look at storm scale. Because isn't there an equivalent bracer I can make with storm scale? Let's have a look. Move this over to the side. So we've got the warhide bindings here, which use the stonehide leather. Isn't there a equivalent? What would it be? So those are warhide. It would be battle bound. Armbands. Now I've only got the rank 2. Of that. Battle bound armbands. Because that would give me a mat cost of 4 gold 82. Best thing for storm scale is to make legs to obliterate. That's a good combat. Interesting tracks. I hadn't heard of that one. Everything here I've got is rank 2, so I need to get some extra ranks for these. Work orders and next rank. Quite a lot of these are Suramar work orders, interestingly. Etharian's Lair, okay. So we'd have to go on a bit of a sort of recipe hunting spree to do that. So I'm going to leave that for now, because that's not kind of the focus I wanted to do for that one. Rep farm, yeah. The least favourite part of the game for me at the moment. So I'm going to leave that as it is. We've done the bits we've wanted to do. Got the drums on. I'll leave the rest. There's a few bits and pieces I need to go through here, but I'll do that another time, I think. So what I want to do now is actually move on to the next character, which is Awakening. See if we can do something to progress our alchemy and herbalism on. Because these are 2 professions I'd like to get up to 800 before BFA. I should be able to in the time I've got. Exactly, new drums is going to be something I can do in BFA. So with Awakening, however, Alchemy needs some love. And we do, because we're Horde, we don't have access to all of Samadan's gold as easily. So we are just trying to sell a few things that we have picked up over time. So we're currently sitting at 7,200 gold, mainly because we were able to sell a medallion of the Legion, which we got during Winter's Veil. So that's put us in a good starting position. Should transfer to Alliance with tokens. Good idea, Hearth. I have considered that. Although doing the challenge, it's not a specific challenge on this toon. It's more, okay, Trent, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Have a great evening, and thanks for all your help tonight as well. So look forward to seeing you again soon. Right, let's just try... Oh, we don't need that one on, actually. That was something else I didn't need to do. That's invalid. Okay. DB region market average is invalid. Okay. That's below min price. That's above max price, interestingly. So why is that invalid? Okay, so region average, there is no region on those. Yeah, we're looking at this and it's going, right, okay. Don't recognise that. Or these are below min price. Okay, I'm going to post it on... What's this for normally? 745. 790 market. Actually, no, that's an alright price. Normal price. I'm going to leave those on. I'm going to post those on. Leave the rest. I'll come back to those. What I really want to do is actually get the herbalism sorted. So I think I need to go to my garrison because I've gotten... What have I picked up at the moment? Got a lot of stuff I need to vendor, actually, looking at this. Let's clear up my bags a bit. Where's the vendor? There's a vendor. I just saw one. Let's move this back down. Where's the regular interface? Close. Close. Oh, that's the bank. That's why. I was not a vendor. What a mistake to make her. Where's an actual proper vendor? Someone like you would be good. There we go. Rescaled items that need to be put in a group with the remove random enchanting ticked. Ah, could be. Could be. I know I've got a load of various bits and pieces. What have we got here? Obliterum Ash. Frozen Eyes of the Hero. It's a Draenor thing. Okay, so what have we got? Soulbound. That's 740. Oh, I want to keep that for when I do other artifact things, I think. 640 we can sell. Oh, you don't want that one, do you? Okay, I'll destroy that one. What have we got? Rune etched bark. Binds when equipped. That's a trinket. It does have a region market value. 768 though. I can't imagine that actually selling a 768 item. Vendor sell price is 21 gold. I think I'd rather have the gold at this stage. That's soulbound. And that is... That's got no sell price, so we'll get rid of that. And then onto the next thing. That's another one that we don't need. Let's get rid of that. And then moving on to mail. That's 780, and I'm currently wearing something that's 640. So I need to keep that. And then this is... I can't actually wear that actually. That's mail. I need to wear leather. That would explain it. There we go. Exactly, just spotted that, Soul Maestro. Thank you for the heads up. I saw the red text and thought, hang on a minute. Same with that. This is leather. Boots. That's better. 731 versus 640. And then there's another spring grain belt, which we're going to get rid of. And then a 743 chest. We've got an 800 chest, so that's better to be sold. And the rest of all these bits and pieces is the seeds and the Draenor herbs I picked up cheap, because I want to use the herbs for my alchemy leveling. I'm not sure exactly which ones I need to do though. So let's just have a look. Let's pop those on first. Did that work? Embervale boots. Currently equipped those. Yes please. There we go. Now these boots we can get rid of. So those can be sold. Oh no, oh yes I can. I thought for a minute they weren't going to be able to sold. Okay, so that's that done. Let's have a look at the auction house and see if there's any other cheap herbs, Draenor herbs. And now I need those from sad part is those things can be soulbound, like the mail gloves you've ended, but they aren't part of your transmog collection because they aren't leather. Not even cloth that you could wear is added to the collection. Yeah, that's a shame really. It'd be nice if you could actually add it to your collection, even if you couldn't wear it. Right, group-wise, we need to do a little bit. We actually need to use our Warlords of Draenor group, which is actually in my other profile. So what I want to do, let's have a look and see if this works. I'll swap over to Samadan, go to my groups, and on my shopping, Warlords of Draenor herbs and ore, I'm going to import export Warlords of Draenor herbs and ore, export. Where is it? Let's try that again. That one. Don't want all the operations, don't want snipering, crafting or mailing, but shopping we do. Vending on warehouse I don't. Next gives me a list, so I'll do Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and then I'm going to switch back to Awakening and back to my groups. There we go. Then we're going to try and import this and paste it in and import that. That's the list of the things and a shopping operation. Click confirm. There we go. We don't need this vendor ingredients one. That one I want to get rid of. Delete that one. There we go. If you'd farm off raids with the paladin or so, only the plate and backs and weapons he can equip are added, the rest is out. Yeah, see, that would be great. Yeah, I can see that point. You know, having paladin only would be the way to go, and then no one would have any cloth characters. But it does encourage variety, I guess. So I can see the pros and cons of it.
Greetings, traveler.
So now I want to do a shopping scan. I don't see my shopping come in there, unfortunately. Why isn't that in my group? Let's have a look again. Groups, Walls of Draenor, Herbs, Group Operations. Doesn't have a shopping one. Okay, so let's override that. Shopping, average buy. Let's take that one then. And then we will have a look. Warriors are good. Can warriors wear cloth though and collect cloth? The transmog for cloth. Does it work for them? Can they wear mail and leather and cloth? No. So that's the thing. Is you'd want someone to be able to collect up everything, ideally. Just plates. Yeah. Let's have another look. And shopping. Walls of Draenor, Herbs. Run a shopping scan. This is what I wanted. Hey, Metacognate, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. First time using TSM? Not for me, no. I've been using it for months. But we are just having a look at, interestingly, that was not what I expected. One for plate, one for mail, one for leatherwork and tailors. Yeah, I think that would work, Nix. Let's just have another look at that operation. That wasn't quite what I was expecting. Have we got, because we don't have an average buy price on this side of the server, perhaps, let's have a look at shopping average buy. Maximum amount average buy. Show auctions above max price is what we probably wanted to have there. And then let's have another look. Run another shopping scan. There we go. Now we can at least see them. Because ideally I want to buy anything under a gold. Currently the prices are a little bit high, so I'm going to go with what I've got at the moment. And we're going to head on over to our garrison, I believe. And let's see what we can do from the alchemy side of things and leveling up. See what I might be missing. No problems, a multi-box. I put one of everything on the team and trade around so everything gets added to the collection. That's a good idea. Hey Ubex, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. What's the goal for making all this money? My initial goal was to make enough gold to be able to afford to pay for my subscription for through WoW tokens, which currently I've succeeded. I currently have 6 months of game time ready to be purchased before my last 6 months of game time has run out. The next goal is to start thinking about, well, what other things in the game would I like to buy, like various mounts or other sort of vanity items in the game. So that's kind of like the secondary goal now. Looks like I've got a few things to complete, so let's finalise these up. So Alchemy Lab are very useful. This is what we wanted. Let's finish up these whilst we're here. How much gold army across my characters? I'm currently sitting at 1 million, or just under at the moment. This character has 7,400 because this is the Horde side of my server. My other character, the Alliance side, between them they have about 1 million gold. Every time I go up to 1 million gold, I usually then buy a WoW token. But now that I've got 6 WoW tokens collected, I'm thinking of carrying on saving some more and maybe buying something like the spider mount or something like that. I'm not sure yet exactly, but there's just some ideas I'm floating around at the moment. So Alchemy Lab was the thing I really wanted to think about here. What have we got here?
What brings you here?
I have a banker here, that's interesting. Didn't realise I had access to a banker here. Here's my alchemy lab. What have you got? Work orders. I'd like to actually purchase some stuff from you. I want... oh, let's do the work orders. Let's do this first. Let's go through the starting quest stuff. Do that. Place a work order. Create. There we go. That's done. Hey, Kangai, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. If you get items for it, you can leave, have a bank in your garrison, but it costs. Oh, okay. But it looked like we had a bank there and then. I wonder how I managed to get that, if I did. I wonder if it's from being boosted. Because there appears to be a banker character here with access to my bank. Shadowweave Mask and Warbear Woolies are selling good. Excellent. Good to hear. Oh, it's a dead bank. Ah. Ah, you thought it was the auction house. Yes, no, it's just a bank. Just a regular bank. Okay, we did our first work order. Where's the other person gone? Okay. Well, what we want is this. Drain on Master Alchemy and a number of recipes. Let's start with that. So we want to just get the basic... yeah, the auction house is the thing you need to collect up all the extra things for. That's right, Kangai. It's a quest. Ah, right. Right you are. I'm with you. So did we learn those? I didn't get anything pop up. Let's have a look at my alchemy. Oh, I received the item. I still haven't learnt it yet. I just created the item, haven't I? Hold on. Where is it? Here we go. Let's try that again. Flipped one of the auction house components this week. Bought for 40, sold for 110. Nice. Oh, I've already known this. Oh, interesting. I didn't spot that one. Okay. In which case, can I sell that back to you? Merchant doesn't want that one. Oh, that's a shame. Well. Okay. So what have we got? Yeezy Coco, thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. So we've got a few things here. Drainic Agility Potion, Channeled Mana Potion, Strength Potion, Armor Potion. I've already picked these up, it would seem. Can anyone help me with 200k? You need a WoW token so bad. Okay, Yuzi Coco, there's a good question for you. You're about to lose your sub though. Okay, so how long have you got left? Would be my first question. And what have you got resources wise? How much? So you need 200,000. Are you NA or EU? So there's a few questions there. it's a it's a fair old task. Carry you in Antaurus, full clear heroic or half mythic. I mean, I've heard people doing that, is carrying people through for money. I've heard that's a thing. It's not something I'm doing myself personally, but you could try that, shouting that out in trade chat. You could do carries. I don't know what's... You have 1 hour. 1 hour before your sub runs out. That's an interesting one. So you'd have to, if you're going to make something to sell, I think you're... Yeah, I think the other thing you could do is maybe contact a GM and ask if you can get an extension for another 3 days or something onto your game time, and maybe you could do something in those 3 days to make enough gold. I'm thinking stuff that's going to actually sell quickly. So maybe if you've got a gathering profession maxed out, hopefully, you might be able to go and gather a whole load of mats and sell those quickly. The key difficulty here is selling things quickly enough in the time you've got left. The other thing would be to buy at least another month's worth of game time if you can, and then use the month to try and get enough for 1 token, and then it can steamroll from there. Because the thing I found when I started, I'm not sure you'll get someone to loan you that much, Easy Coco. I think the trick is to be able to give yourself enough notice and enough warning to be able to actually get yourself into a situation where you're then rolling through each month with enough ahead of time. It's a question of planning ahead a little bit before your subscription runs out. Yeah, I think you'll be... Okay, no problems, Kangai. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon. What I'm going to do is, whilst that's going on, I'm going to have a look. A Zen Master. That's a nice idea, Yeezy Coco. No, not really, but thank you very much. What I'm going to look for is my my guide that's for alchemy. Well, I've got it in my bookmarks. Let's have a look. Going to look up what's going to be best to make for my Draenor alchemy to get my skill level up. Is going to be the main thing I'm looking at here. Draenor recipes, the cheaper option, 1 to 700. So we need Agility Potion, Armor Potion, Intellect Potion, Strength and Mana Potion, because those are the ones we had a minute ago. So let's have a look. So let's go with Alchemy in its current form. Let's see what we've got the materials for this Draenic side of things. So let's switch to the standard user interface and change our filter to have materials. Here we go. So alchemy in Draenor. We can make quite a few of these things. 117. So this should get us to at least a good way in here. So let's start with versatility. 2 skills up between each one. What patch is my guide based on? I am using the one here on the profession guides. Now it could give me, this is the cheaper option with Draenor recipes. I have also got, there's the Legion recipe version here, which could get me quite easily through this. But as I was able to pick up these herbs quite cheaply, and I've got limited gold on this character, I'm going to use this Draenor method to at least get myself a little bit more. Compare myself, V. Yeah, it's an interesting concept, Detro, but one that I don't think many people would take it up on, because I don't think I like the icon, Nix. What is that one? BC Warrior. Nice. Yeah, I think the difficulty is being able to do anything in realistic terms. I'm sure there are plenty of people that will help Easy Coco out if you had a little bit more time. The problem is not having quite enough time to be able to do it quickly enough. Something in the Twitch icons list. It's nice. I mean, this way I haven't had to spend a lot of money to get these up to a decent level, and then I've got the other things I can make based on the seeds I've got. Let's have a look in my bags. So I have got a fair amount of Euceroline seeds. It's a long way to 800. Yes, it is. It is when you've got limited resources, but this is the interesting thing, you know, to see what you can do. I mean, I've got ancient healing potions there. I can actually make 21 potions of prolonged power, interestingly enough. So I might even be able to sell some things, even though I'm only rank 1 at the moment. Be interesting to see what I can do with all these things. Don't do them. Okay. Not yet. No, it would be quite inefficient, wouldn't it? And that's because it's using Bloods of Sargeras, I see. Yeah. Just clicking the Ord Hall missions gives you like 50,000 per character. Yes, this is true, Detro. You can certainly rack them up. Okay, let's try something more. Let's try an Intellect Potion. Don't think I've got enough crystal vials. Oh, actually no, I should have enough crystal vials for this. Yeah, that's exactly right, Detro. The only thing with that is obviously people need time to be able to do those missions ahead enough to be able to get their gold. And so when you have not enough time left, that's when the problems arises. Do the Draenors first, a skill up. Yeah. Hey Liril, sorry. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. I have been live for 2 hours 14 minutes, so I will probably not be going much longer, but thank you ever so much for stopping by. Yes, I suspect so, Count Al. But I always try, even in that case, I always try and be helpful, because you never know. It's always good to never assume, or always I like to think, you know, okay, if I can help someone, I will, even if it's not intended as help. But yes, I think I agree with you all in that case. It's what I try and practice as much as I can out. Because you never know what situation other people are in. Well, we've gotten up to 300, 400 already in Alchemy doing this. So that's quite cool. So this is why I want to do these things before BFA gets rid of this ability to just go through them all. That's very kind of you, Sailor. I can't say I have done it throughout my entire life, and with much success either, for that matter. But I do try, at least on a sort of daily basis, to try to live up to that, to how I am on stream. You make on average 1.3 million per week. Have many times paid for people's subs that were in need. I'd like to do that in the future too. Situation raised too many red flags. So yes, absolutely, Meta. I think you hit the nail on the head there. I don't make as much as you per week, definitely, and if I could show generosity, I would. It all depends on the situation, doesn't it? Okay, agility potions. So this should take us very close to 600. Not sure what I'm going to do with all these potions. I'm assuming they're not worth putting on the auction house. 0.07 sale rate. I'm thinking just vendoring them. Yeah, vendoring them, I think. I think it's one of those things is also down to time as well. It depends on how much time you have available to you. But there's certainly once you scale things up and maybe try different things out, there's money to be made everywhere. The more time you put in, obviously, the more you can make. I mean, I've been able to make plenty for a token. Even when I started way back, last year, 7 months ago, I was able to make plenty enough for a token simply on enchanting back then, because I found my niche, and that didn't take much time at all. Literally 5 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunchtime, and then maybe sort of like half an hour to an hour of a night time restocking on things, and I made plenty. Ooh, jack of all trades, here we go. Well, this is going to take me, well, at least, well, it's still a 2 skill up at the moment. So this might take me even up to 700. Let me have a look at my little guide. 628, 630. So then, looking at this, ancient healing potions, 700 to 740. Okay, now we're going yellow. That's fair enough. 5 days ago, you just learned how to set your profession tab to profit, and your gold income hasn't been any better. Can't believe you missed it. Mixing all the professions up works like a charm. I think that's in TSM 3, isn't it? Oh, now we've gone grey. I might as well just cancel that one then. So we did quite well with that. We got up to 660. Yeah, I haven't looked at that in a while. In TSM 4 it's quite nice when you can just switch over. Let's turn my bags off for a minute, and you can see the profit and the sale rate in the same thing. For me, that's really, really handy. Few missions, some quests, dungeons, raids, playing other guns, very easy. Yes, I think so, Excelsius. I think there's plenty of niches, just with a little bit of research. You can find something that's going to suit your playstyle. This causes them to sit on stock and wait for the big sales that are infrequent because everyone's doing the same thing. Yes, it's definitely handy. It's a guide, it's a good guide more than anything else. Obviously you can see here I'm not making a lot of profit on these things. Deep dive logic functions. Yes, I've had a look at the logic functions. I must admit a lot of that's the sort of things you can use the value of sell rate. Yes, you can. I think there's some way you could probably tie things together with that. Okay, so I'm going to make ancient healing potions that add or subtract your moving price based on sale rate. So I'm going to make... I've got quite a few seeds. So this should get me to 740, I think. I'm going to try this. That should be enough. Oh, hey Costa, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's a bit of a late one actually. I won't be too much longer myself, but thank you ever so much for stopping by. How have you been? How's your weekend? Of course we missed you, Costa. So I'm gonna take this up to 680, maybe. How many have we got? We got enough for this at least to get to 740. And then I'll swap over to the mana potions for the next ones. Hey Anjoy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How are you doing this fine Sunday evening? Well, what's left of the last 2 minutes of it. We're just going to level up our alchemy for a little while. Try and get it up to well, at least 700. I'm going to try for a 740, I think, on this one. There we go, Draenor Master. And then I'm going to maybe just touch this on up to that, and then the 740 will take me to 782. What's we've got here? These 1 rank 2 class, and then you get 3. You get the rank 2 class. Okay. Heroic Vault of the Wardens we might need to do. Okay. Well, we're getting at least some of these done at least. I think I'll take this until it starts going to 740, I think. Oh, you've been trying to buy a video card. Any luck? What were you going for? Oh, thank you very much, Andrew. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I'm really enjoying doing the drawings side of things. Unless you're prepared to pay quite heavily, don't recommend trying to push above 780 without using Dark Moon Fair to arrive at cap. Ah, okay, Meta, that's a good idea. I've taken myself to 740, which is where I'm going to stop this for the moment. So I think I've got enough of those. Oh, you found something cheap. Excellent. And the Dark Moon Fair is a good idea. I believe the Dark Moon Fair has just ended, hasn't it? That's the Spring Balloon Festival. It's the wrong thing. The next Dark Moon Fair is over here, which is getting quite close. But what I have done though, 741 is a decent point to be in. quite pleased with that for now. Let's head back to... Let's go back to our dream walk. We need to do that. And then I'll probably finish up. MSI 750 Ti. Ah, low profile. That looks very similar to what I've currently got in Mr. Potato Coaster. Where's my graphics card things? Where's my stream? I'll look at it on there. I've got the details there, haven't I? Hold on. Just mute myself so I don't echo. What's Mr. Potato's spec? Sure I had it written down there somewhere. Oh yes, 750 Ti graphics card. 750 Ti, 2 gigabytes. Yeah, it's the exact same one. Well, I picked it up second hand for 70 UK pounds. According to my thing there. And I traded in my old card for another £11. It's a great card. World of Warcraft runs beautifully on it, and I can stream at the same time. So it gets a thumbs up from me, definitely. €41, fantastic. That's a brilliant price. Was an auction, excellent. No, that's a very good one. Yeah, congratulations. That's a good buy. What are my thoughts on upcoming guild patch that allow players to be in multiple guilds at once or as conglomerations? It's an interesting one. I haven't read much about it, Meta, actually, other than sort of seeing the ideas of it. But I think it's a good idea. Do we need to do any more? Ah, that's not good. Definitely. Next one. Plant last sheet, analyze its effects. Okay, we'll do that later. Right. I think I'll probably, of course, still at the final say of Blizzard. Yeah, we'll have to see how it pans out, really. But yeah, I'll be interested on any developments like that. I mean, I'm not normally a social person when it comes to guilds and things. I don't really, I haven't really been in a guild very much whilst I've been in World of Warcraft. And for me, the stream has become my guild in a way. So I might not be the target audience for something like that. But I like the idea of it. I like people having a choice. I've only been in your own guilds for about 7 years. Yeah, I think it's the nature of the gold maker, isn't it? You'd rather have the bank storage than anything else. Right. I think as it's just gone past midnight, I'm going to finish it up there because I got work tomorrow. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's hung out tonight. It's been lovely having all your chats. Let's go and see if there's someone we can pass a host on to. And we have a couple of options. Pointy Gnome is on, and Sharkin is on. So well, that's a couple. We can either go Sharkin's, obviously, Loot Appraiser Challenge. Pointy Gnome does Loot Appraiser Challenges as well. I haven't done a host over to Sharkham for a while, or Pointy Gnome for that matter. And I know Pointy Gnome's not been feeling very well, so let's throw a host over to Pointy Gnome and wish him all the best in feeling better. No, there we go. Alright, just let that advert run through. Okay, I haven't got my schedule sorted out for next week, so please bear with me whilst I work out what days I'm going to stream. Nissim, thank you ever so much for the follow, very kind of you. I am literally about just finishing my stream. I'm going to throw a host over to Pointy Gnome, who also does gold making. But thank you everyone for hanging out tonight, and I'll put on Twitch and Discord my next week's schedule, and hopefully catch you all again soon. So I'm going to throw a host over to Pointy Gnome. Good night and farewell.